ACES is a consultancy team helping Barclays tackle the global challenges that are currently affecting them.
You know that bit of money you've put aside? Not doing much, is it? But with a tax-free ISA from Barclays, it can perform better than you thought.
Barclays is a major global financial services provider engaged in retail and commercial banking, credit cards, investment banking, wealth management, and investment management services, with 48 million customers in 50 countries in Europe, the US, Africa, and Asia. One of the biggest winners of the crisis, it was listed as number 83 for the 2009 Global 500, the annual ranking of the world's largest corporations. The record profits for 2009 came from an extremely strong performance of Barclays Capital, the investment banking arm led by Robert Diamond, which 19 months ago acquired the US assets of the Lehman Brothers, consolidating their position as the #1 investment bank in fixed income, not just in Europe and the UK, but also in America.
Porter's 5 Forces. Intensity of rivalry amongst the competitors. Looking at Porter's 5 Forces, we found the rivalry amongst the competitors to be the most influential factor as Barclays faced fierce competition from the likes of HSBC, Lloyds, RBS and HBOS. However, Barclays is currently using one of its main divisions, ABSA in Africa, to acquire major stakes in helping them to emerge more easily into an untapped market, as well as clarifying their brand visibility. Political and legal. Given that most legal changes are imposed by the government, we shall deal with political along with legal factors. With regards to taxation, recent examples are the iron proposition to levy new taxes on all financial institutions, which could cost the European banking industry as much as 20% of their pre-tax profits. Obama's reforms on legislation aim at preventing banks from engaging in risky behaviours. The Banking Act 2009 vests power in the Bank of England to override, vary or impose obligations in UK banks. The Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, which regulates the amount of capital the bank needs to safeguard its solvency and overall economic stability, which in reality means less money to work with. Economic. The UK economy still remains in the grips of a downward spiral caught between a contraction in lending activity and declining economic demand. According to the Office for National Statistics, the UK economy contracted 4.9% in 2009. The IMF predicts that the UK will be the only country to keep shrinking through 2010. The bleak outlook for the UK economy implies there will be less demand for the products and services offered by Barclays.
SWOT analysis. Strength of Barclays is its widespread global presence, allowing it to enjoy economies of scale. Additionally, by focusing on cost optimization, Barclays have been able to contain operating costs, with income ratios improving from 62.1% in 2005 to 58% in 2009. Different from its peers, Barclays pay comparably less in bonuses. That reduces operating costs and allows higher profit.
Threats. As mentioned on the pestle analysis, the UK and the world are still in the grips of economic downturn, and this poses contraction in the lending activity and decline in economic demand. Also, expansion has its downside. A bigger Barclays entails bigger problems if things go pear-shaped in the future. Barcap, the division that contributed with 40% of the total income for 2009, have done a good job integrating and retaining layman staff in the US, but acknowledges European and Asian expansion is more risky. Can they succeed in this expensive attempt to hire in Europe and Asia the thousands of staff necessary to replicate their American success?
Opportunities, new markets. Having started in India and United Arab Emirates in May 2007, Barclays are continuously looking to expand, especially in Western Europe and Africa, through their division ABSA, and by diversifying their efforts into Asia. Also, Barclays Wealth has potential to be in the top 5 wealth managers and believes that it can seize shares from the private banks hit hardest by the credit crunch. To achieve that, Barclays board has approved an extra $350 million for the wealth business.
Using the competing values framework, we recognise Barclays are operating under the rational goal model of management, which entails Frederick Taylor's theory of scientific management, whereby businesses such as Barclays are looking to maximise their potential outputs. Proof of that is Barclays CEO Mr. Varley, defining the group's operation as centralised around having a tight operational control. However, the challenge it currently faces is globalisation, which gives Barclays a fantastic opportunity of growth. From looking at recent events, we can see Barclays' focus is being diverted from the rational goal model to the open systems model of management, whereby their attentions will be maximised towards expansion by acquiring other financial institutions. An open systems perspective emphasises that people need to adjust objectives and plans more rapidly to external change, and also find new ways of motivating people to act appropriately in these new conditions. That's exactly what Barclays has done in the Lehman Brothers case and has to do more comprehensively in the untapped markets. By emphasising flexibility and external focus, and by stressing readiness, growth, resource acquisition and external support, Barclays will be able to successfully meet the challenges globalization imposes and survive this financial crisis and prosper.